Good afternoon, everybody. Does everybody hear me clearly? Okay, as usual, is my screen also visible? All right, perfect. Yes, guys, good afternoon, and I hope everybody is doing good, great, and yes, perfect here today. All right, guys, let's get going. Yes, good afternoon. My name is Sanjum Khan. We all are gathered here for the demo session about the healthcare project, which is coming from a company known as IIT-Workforce. Now, the question is, what is this project about? Why is that we should be working on this, and how is this going to benefit you inside your career? Let's talk about it. Now, after your QA course is done, all right, the very first question comes in your mind is, how many years of experience should I add in my resume? Well, for that matter, I hold no experience here. Then what should I do? Second question. I have a huge gap in my career. I was working earlier, but right now, yes, I have a huge gap in my career. Then yes, how do I get started? I have taken up the QA training, but still I hold no experience. Then what should I do? Third question. I am totally new to this IT. Basically, I am a fresher in the market. Now that I'm a fresher in the market, I have taken up the QA course from a couple number of places, but then again, how do I get started with my career? Again, I hold no experience. Then what should I do? Next question. I am currently working, all right? Currently working, but working in a different sector, would like to go ahead and switch my career. If I am trying to switch my career, I have taken up the QA course, but still I do not know how to get started from here. I still hold no experience. Then what should I do? Basically, end of the day, if you notice, no job is equal to no experience, and no experience is also equal to no job. Isn't it? Then what needs to be done so that I can break this barrier and be inside the IT industry with the information that I happen to learn with? So now keeping this into picture with no experience, because without experience, none of those companies are going to pick up the resume. At the same time, yes, if somebody is not going to give me any work to do, how do you think I'll be able to gain any experience there, right? That's the reason no job is equal to no experience, and no experience is also equal to no job. So now the QA training is done, right, where you got exposed to couple number of types of testings, like what? Smoke testing, sanity testing, regression testing, retesting, database testing, ETL testing, SAP testing, mobile testing, web service testing. I name it, you have the idea on it, right? You have taken up the approach of going ahead and learning it. But the question is, where did you implement this training? Right? Where did the training get implemented? Because inside your interview questions, when you go, the biggest question comes, yes, what are the drawbacks, or what are the issues that you faced in your last project? Unless you have not worked on any project, you cannot answer this question. Why? Because you really have no idea what kind of issues that you might come across. Why? Because training has been done, but the implementation of the training did not take place anywhere. Now, how can I implement my training? Well, you can work on some dummy projects. All right. Can I work on some freelance projects? Yes, you can work. Absolutely. Nothing wrong. But what is the drawbacks with them? The dummy projects that you work with, yes, unfortunately, you cannot add them in your resume. Why? Because if you're adding the dummy projects inside your resume, very first thing, it's illegal, and also it is somebody else's work that you are tracing it out from your side. It is something that you are doing it from your side. What about the freelance projects? Freelance projects, yes, these are available in the market where you have to keep your resume ready for it, right? When you keep your resume ready for it, yes, somebody will be looking to your resume. They will say, all right, we have this kind of project. Would you be able to get it done? They will negotiate with the price. So everything is only verbal here. Nothing is on paper. All right. Imagine they gave you a project to get done for the testing. You tested it out. After that, you gave it back to them. While taking it back, they would say, this is not what we were expecting. But then again, you got it done. All right. Instead of paying you $100, I'll pay you only $30 for this. You can't even argue about it. Reason? Everything was only verbal, right? Nothing was in paper there. You happened to complete the work. You had the urge of doing it, and they really did not appreciate the work that you have done. Why? Because it was not up to the mark. And when you ask for the references for these freelance projects, there are no references available. Why? They would say, we don't know what kind of pirated softwares you have used to test it out. I do not want to take any headache of giving any reference for you. They will not give any reference there. So even after doing the project, you're still empty-handed, right? You put down your effort, your time, right? But still you're empty-handed. Then what needs to be done? That's where these real-time projects are going to be the lifesavers. So when you say real-time projects, because these real-time projects are the ones which are going to be the eye-opener, in the sense real-time projects are going to give you hands-on experience. Why? Because you will be working on these projects, right? And this hands-on experience you have to add in your resume in the form of an experience, and then you have to talk about it inside your interviews, right? So when you say real-time projects, these real-time projects are coming from a company known as IIT-Workforce. All right, so let's look into some more details about it. Yes, welcome to IIT-Workforce. So basically, IIT-Workforce is all about giving you a project where you can build your work experience, and it is not a training course, which means you will be working on the projects with support from industry experts. And you will have to go ahead and get ready to make sure that your resume is getting built up in the market in such a way that it's holding real experience. And you will be also attending 2 interviews here. Well, these days face-to-face is not possible, so they will be taking your Skype interviews. All right, one is going to be the Skype interview, the other one is going to be your technical presentation. Now once when you join this project, all right, okay, what is this IIT-Workforce all about, and why is that you have to do the project from this? Let's talk about it. This IIT-Workforce is all about, yes, bringing the applications from those skilled expert domains from where, yes, we would be getting the business and where you guys can get trained on it. The clients with whom you will be working, sometimes there will be internal recruitment where 90% of our candidates will be getting selected then and there itself. At the same time, you will be getting involved inside the developing part of the software, testing it out, also testing out these softwares here. There's a very proper team who will be dedicated to work with your team. That is, if you join, yes, you will be given a team lead under whom you will be working as a team member. So we have 3 major domains on which we work with: the healthcare, the telecom, and the banking. So we have these 3 domains and the clients from where whom we get the projects. So once when you join, yes, as a tester, what is that you would be focusing more on, and what would be your roles and responsibilities, your deliverables here? Basically, you will be given a documentation part. You have to read through it, go through it. Yes, your team leader is going to guide you through the whole entire part. Apart from all this, yes, the core bottom of a tester is to look for a defect inside the given software. So while you look for the defects, yes, what is the root cause for your defect? Right? You have to figure it out. What is the root cause analysis? Where exactly the problem is lying? Is it at the front end? Is it in the back end? Is it in the middleware? If it is on the database, that is back end. Yes, what type of approach are you taking in order to lock that defect, and what kind of approach are you seeing in order to go ahead and send that defect to your developer? If it is coming from the web server, then yes, what is the issue on that web server? Why is it you're not able to complete your task? At the same time, what type of errors are you seeing there? If it is on the application server, then yes, you might have to log into the main server and check for your log files. If it is on the front end, that is whatever you do it on the front end, if it's giving you the issues and the errors, then you should be knowing how to deal with the concepts coming from the front end part of it. Sometimes the error could be extreme logical. When you say logical, yes, absolutely it might be logical, where everything might be working very well. It's just that the logic is going wrong, with which yes, your whole entire application might be acting finicky. Or sometimes it might be just the connectivity issues. Application might be working well. Yes, defects might have been pulled out very well. But if you look into it in detail, you might notice that yes, it's a problem of the connectivity issue with which you are not able to get connected and you are seeing tons and tons of errors there. So basically, you should know how to go ahead and reproduce that particular defect. And next, you need to analyze the issue before going ahead and talking about either to your team lead or to the team's developer, because sometimes you might realize that yes, this is a defect, but later if you sit in detail and then if you try to look up for the information, you might realize that, oh, this is not a defect, this is just a cosmetic error that I'm seeing here, right? So in those cases, yes, you should be absolutely thorough in knowing where exactly you are seeing the defect, which place are you locating it, and is it a reproducible one, in the sense, are you able to see it in multiple different browsers? And if you are able to see it, then yes, what is the root cause to it? You should be having a complete set of understanding to that defect if you come across. So while doing all this, what is that you're gaining? You are gaining real-time experience, right? This real-time experience, you have to add it up inside your resume. Excuse me. So when you say you will be adding that inside the resume, that is where, yes, the experience is going to get counted about. Mm-hmm. So once when you join us, what is that we will be expecting from you, and what is that you have to expect from us? Let's look into it. So you will be gaining the real-time IT experience here inside the IT environment, all right? The very first thing that we would be expecting from you is professionalism inside your work, all right? So when we say professionalism, yes, absolutely. The working hours, the meeting will be only for 1 hour, but the working hours might differ from an individual to individual. We expect between 3 to 4 hours a day that you might have to put it from your side. But sometimes what will happen is, if a candidate is real smart, he will understand the whole entire documentation, yes, within few hours, and he'll be able to send the work back to the team lead. But sometimes, yes, the work itself or the documentation itself is so intricate that it'll take one extra mile just to understand the workload or the documentation part. Well, nothing wrong. It's just that, yes, on an average, we do expect that you will be spending between, yes, 3 to 4 hours, yes, on the project if you get joined. So regarding the work plan, you will be working on end-to-end application, where you will be dealing with the front end, the middleware, where you will be using the web services using SOAP UI tool, the back end, the SQL, the Toad, or sometimes it could be Oracle. We will be having daily stand-up meetings where we are going to discuss about what is it we should be doing today, how much can we accomplish, what is it we have left it out for tomorrow, and what is it we have accomplished the day before. We are going to talk about that inside the daily stand-up meetings, and the team roster will be shared where individuals' work will be get tracked out. Your work will be reviewed every now and then by your team lead, by your team under whom you will be get signed up. Yes, he or she is going to go through your work, give you a suggestion if at all there are any kind of improvements regarding the work that you do, and you have to incorporate those changes, those suggestions, and then put it inside your document and then send it for a complete review. So while you do this, yes, the front end, the back end, the web server, the database, the web services, right, Unix, Linux, all this you would be coming across with. And as we said, you have to add all this inside your resume in the form of an experience. And we will be taking mock interviews. Mock interviews are going to be towards the end of the project, and there will be one technical presentation as well towards the end of the project. Now, the mock interviews are going to be everything from the project based itself. Same thing with your Skype interview, which is again going to be everything from project based. Now, you do not have to come in person to go ahead and work. You can do it from the touch of your laptop. As we said, it is an online project that you can get signed up with. Now, there is no work contract that you need to require here. You will be signing only one confidentiality agreement here, stating that you will not go ahead and sell out this information to anybody else outside the company. That is that confidentiality agreement that you all will be signing up once you join this company. And regarding the job placement, see, we also will be marketing, and you also have to market it from your side, because your criteria and your way of looking into the jobs is going to be different. But when we will be marketing, yes, our criteria and our clients' information and the way of looking for the jobs are going to be different. So we will anyhow market, but we want you guys also to go ahead and, yes, market it, yes, from your side. And yes, you can apply for jobs where you can get the full-time and the contracting jobs. For whom are these projects available? Yes, for quality assurance, who got done with the manual testing and with the regression, sorry, the business and analyst. Yes, whoever also have done with your automation testing, yes, they are also highly recommended to join these projects. Java developers and also .NET developers at the same time. Project work is going to be between 4 to 8 weeks, but guys, see, this is a live project. Do expect it to go a little bit above and beyond. Sometimes the requirements are changing every now and then, so it might get dragged out for 2 more weeks. But sometimes, yes, everything is falling in the right place, so there is no reason to go ahead and stretch the project, because the client needs the documentation and the whole entire work being done, yes, at the right time. And regarding interview and resume prep, yes, there'll be 2 weeks of session there where we are going to focus more and more on your Skype interviews and your technical presentations. Now, we do have one manual project on the testing. We have one automation project on the testing. We have one project for the healthcare and one for banking. We have one project for business analyst as well. We have Java.NET developers project at the same time, Big Data Hadoop. Yes, those projects are also available. So the whole purpose of working on these projects is so that your resume can stand out in the crowd and nobody can deny, yes, going through your resume and then calling you up for an interview. You will be working on the real life projects where you will be gaining end-to-end scenario and you will be gaining experience which you have to add in your resume. You will be getting prepared for Skype interviews and technical presentations so that you can face the real technical presentations, yes, without any issues. And we will be giving you the reference, and reference will be coming from the managers depending on how good you have done the project, which means your references are solely based on your how do I say, your performance inside the project. And if you're doing good, then yes, do expect a very good reference. And if your project is getting corrected out million number of times, then yes, depends on what kind of reference the manager will be giving. Yes, you can apply for jobs, and yes, you can have success inside the interviews. So yes, guys, this is what is pretty much the IIT Workforce yes happen to offer all of us regarding the real-time projects. Now let me know if at all you have any questions here. Yes, please let me know if anybody is having any questions. Yes, the project will be starting. Say they did not give me the date, but this is the right number to call. Call them up and then yes, get signed up. Next, do we have to join IIT Workforce for experience? Yes, Shabana, if you're really looking forward to be inside any job, and if you are really looking forward to put down your effort inside, yes, this given whatever the implementation that you would like to do after learning your QA courses or the BA course, then yes, it would be nice if you join these projects, because see guys, one project is going to be an eye-opener, which is going to give a clean and a clear idea of what exactly is your tester's position inside the SDLC, and yes, what is it you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis? What are your deliverables, your roles and responsibilities inside the project? Yes, it really matters a lot. And yes, it's going to be an eye-opener for sure, because as we say, guys, you have the knowledge, but you never implemented that on any given project, right? That's the reason you will be having the issues in order to join any project or crack the interviews. But if you have already worked on the project, yes, cracking your interviews is going to become more and more easy, right? That's the whole purpose of working with the real-time projects. Yes, you can call up the number on my screen. Yes, they are going to give you the complete details about when is the project starting? Yes, what are the timings for those projects? Yes, guys, thank you. Okay, let's continue with the questions. We will be working on QC in the healthcare project SQL queries. I cannot give you the information as such, Sheetal, because sometimes it's QC, sometimes it's Jira, sometimes it's ALM. Depends on what is the client giving us the tools for in order to work with. Next, what kind of operating system do you want us to have when we're doing healthcare project? Most it's going to be the Windows operating system. Any tool we have to have in our system, that information will be given to you once when you join the project, because every project is different and the tools that they would be using, those are going to be different at the same time. Next, does it has a separate payment included in this package? Not this one, Besu. This is a separate project. This is not included inside your QA course. Next, I already joined. Call up the H2K team, Venkat. They are going to help you on this one. Not H2K, sorry, the IIT-Workforce. Yeah, call them up. They are going to help you on that. Next, so if we join, we write test case in Excel or QC. That depends on what project you're joining. Next, how much SOAP UI should we know for the project? See, the only prerequisite to join this project is you need to know your SDLC, STLC, your defect life cycle, and how to write a simple select statement inside the SQL. Rest everything you will be learning while you work on the project. All right, guys. Thank you.